Hi everyone, my name is Denise and this is my very first video. So for this first video, I'd like to devote it to this wonderful lady here, Saint Teresa of Avila. And why? Because today is a feast day. Okay, a quick background, I used to be a Protestant and was converted about, I think, 8 years ago into the Catholic faith, and she was really the first saint that that came into my life. So she's a very special place in my heart. So for today's topic, we'll talk about the idea of humility. Okay, I'll be referring to this book, which is one of her masterpieces, The Interior Castle. Let me read from chapter 2, which is, if you get this book, this exact edition would be page 75. Okay, I have known quite a few souls who have lived for a number of years in a righteous and orderly way, both physically and spiritually. Then after all that time, when it seems that they have become masters of the world, or at least radically detached from it, His Majesty sends them a few small challenges and they react far out of proportion to the challenges they face. They move around so disturbed and distressed, it bewilders me and even frightens me. It's no use offering them advice. They have been engaged in spiritual practice so long, they think that they should be teaching others and that they are perfectly justified in feeling the way they do. I haven't found any way to comfort or cure these people. All I can do is express compassion for their trouble, which when I see them so miserable rises spontaneously from my heart. Why try to contradict their reason? They have convinced themselves that they are suffering for God's sake, and it never enters their mind that they might be suffering as a result of their own shortcomings. Okay, I'll forward a little to the next sentence that I find fantastic. This kind of distress is, I believe, a great mercy from God. Even though it compels them painfully to confront their own flaws, they grow in humility. So to understand this, I need to refer to a very popular phrase in the Bible, verse in the Bible, which refers to the Beatitudes. So over here, Matthew 5, verse 10, "Blessed are they who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they insult you and persecute you and utter every kind of evil against you falsely because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward will be great in heaven." So, okay. So in this passage, it's quite interesting because Saint Teresa is trying to tell us that there are some of us, probably me included, who suffer persecution, and we think that it is because we are that lot that is referred to in the Bible, the blessed who are persecuted for their righteousness. Whereas in this passage is interesting because she points back to it's probably because of our shortcomings, and it's awesome because for someone who is proud, like for like me, my major sin is pride. It's really just a very automatic thing. Like someone says something mean to me, and I think that, oh yeah, that's it. It's because I'm too good or what, Nah, it's not like that. It's more likely due to my own shortcomings. Okay, so it is something embarrassing. I ought to be more embarrassed by it, but I'm not, which is another sign of my pride. So yeah, okay. Before I end, I would like to talk a bit more about Saint Teresa of Avila. So she likes to, when she was alive, and even after she's in heaven right now, her books and writings tend to push forward 3 core virtues, which are humility, detachment, and love. For the virtue of humility, she and also many other saints, they tend to really enforce it and keep telling us over and over again how important it is. It is the whole foundation of prayer life. It's the whole foundation of our relationship with God. If we are proud and we are not aware of our own status as a creature and God the Creator, then we become self-sustainable. We don't have that inner longing and desire for God, and that really impacts our prayer life and our relationship with God. It is necessary to turn inwards into ourselves to feel the presence of God every day, and that is called prayer. Okay, before I go, I'd like to share 3 books. The first book is this one, The Interior Castle, and the second book, The Way of Perfection. Then finally, the book of her life, which I find the most fantastic of all 3 because it's really about her life, and she is one honest lady. She'll tell you all about her sins and all that, and she said, okay, I would like to write more, but my confessor doesn't allow it because didn't allow her to be so explicit about her sins, but you can sort of infer. So this is one humble lady who's really totally aware of her own shortcomings. So she really exemplifies humility. So totally love this book. I started with this book, although it's the hardest one to read. If I could recommend, what book should you start? Maybe you should start with this because you'll fall in love with her, then the other two books will come easily for you. So on this feast day, I'd like to wish all of you happy feast day of Saint Teresa of Avila, and God bless.